Okay, today's LEGO model overview is my large size USS Excelsior from the television series Star Trek. So as you can see from this shot here, the model is approximately just about 9 inches long. Here are some images from Star Trek the magazine of what the USS Excelsior looked like. While I have a close-up here on the top of the model, I'd like to point out some of this very interesting detailing that looks a great deal like the actual top of the ship itself, even down to having some of these squared off areas and some of these little sort of what model makers call greebly areas, and even the stripe, although it's blue on the real ship and it's black here. This round piece that I use for the saucer actually originates. This is not a sticker, it's actually painted like this. And it comes from a slug crawler from the Kashyyyk scenes in Star Wars. Moving back on the model, we can see the impulse area with the 2 impulse deflection crystals. The nacelles here have been made with several different pieces to get them to have that striped look that's classic of the Excelsior. Viewing the model here from this angle, I have to say I'm pretty proud of the way that I was able to find pieces to get the shape and overall feel of how this ship looks in shots from Star Trek The Next Generation. If I can find a screen image, I will show a shot of this ship flying alongside the Enterprise D, and it looks quite a bit like a mirror image of this one. Tight shot here of the deflector dish and also the ship's neck. You can see I used angled pieces that are actually mounted on their sides in order to create the sloping effect for the middle portion of the ship. The bottom is a kind of boat-shaped pair of pieces that is actually fairly common in Legos these days. Here's a shot of the underside of the hull showing those 2 boat-shaped pieces. The inner circle area came from a Millennium Falcon Microfighters kit. An old Technique piece serves as the sort of main white area that forms the sensor dome on the actual Excelsior, with a Technique axle running through it to basically hold all the parts together and strengthen them. Moving around to the back, you can see that I put the rear torpedo launchers on. Once again, kept it simple with just a light piece for that. Here's a shot of the interior detailing of the ship's cargo bay. I worked this out so that when the light reflects, there's actually a circular blue piece in there that will sort of light up. It's also got some kind of secret vents on the sides that allow light in and get that piece glowing, which overall produces the effect that we see in the movie. If I turn this slightly so that the light can come in through the side, you might be able to sort of see how that works. Here's an aft view of the ship, similar to what we see in Star Trek VI at the end of the movie. Could I go to some of these Star Trek sites that have screen captures and use those? Sure I could. But showing you out of the magazine just gives it that extra touch of realism. And now for the fun part, and maybe why we work in Legos in the first place, these parts can be used to modify the Excelsior so that it now resembles the Enterprise B/Lakota from Star Trek Generations and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Here's a good shot that shows the extra fins on the Enterprise B. And there we have it. beefed up appearance of the ship as it was used for its appearances in Star Trek Generations and as the Lakota in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Here's a great shot from Star Trek the magazine showing the Enterprise B and highlighting the differences and similarities between it and the regular Excelsior. These images are pretty good for that too. Hope you enjoyed today's LEGO model review.